Welcome back to our lesson of Canva. In this lesson, we are going to learn about how we can make a LinkedIn cover photo by using Canva. So, without any further ado, let's just open up Canva on our PC. On my screen, you can see that I have opened up Canva. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind is that this LinkedIn cover photo comes in a specific resolution, but you can use two types of resolution. So the specific resolution, which you will find out LinkedIn cover photos, are the page size in Canva is going to be 2000 into 600 pixels. But you can also use 1360 into 350. Okay, that's also doable. But I'm going to suggest you to use 2000 into 600 because you will be able to use it in all platforms, and obviously it's going to be high quality. And if you use lower, it's going to be lower quality, and when you go off to a bigger screen, it might get like corrupted, or maybe sometimes break up the resolution a bit. So the first thing we're going to do is going to be, you can go through these. If you see it, you will be able to use it. But if you still cannot find it, obviously we have to go up here on create a design. When we click on create a design, what we're going to do is search over here for LinkedIn cover. When you hit on LinkedIn cover, you will see LinkedIn article cover image, which is 2000 into 600 pixels. So you can also make a custom size, type in 2000 into 600. Now, when you click on it, you'll basically see this is also the same as LinkedIn cover article cover image. So you can use both of them whenever you want. Now, after you're done, just make sure to click on create a new design. And when you click on create a new design, you will basically see this is how it will look like. And on the left side of this panel, you'll basically find these templates. So in this lesson, we are going to be making two cover photos. One is going to be by using the templates, and one is going to be from scratch. So the first one what we're going to do is going to be starting from a template so that you get an idea of how it works, how the interface works, and also how you'll be able to customize it whenever you want, and how you can also save time by using templates. So the first thing we're going to do is going to be searching for something or one template which I need. Now from here, I'm going to be needing something, let's say tech based. So I'm going to search for something tech. Now, when I hit on tech, you will basically see that there are a lot of tech related, templates which you can use. So from here, I will be using one from over here. This is something I like. So I'm going to click on this, and you can see this is how it will look like. I have elements such as graphics. I have text. I have almost everything. But from here, what I'm going to be doing is going to be changing the color. Let's say I'm going to do is make one yellow. I'm going to select on it. I'm going to do is make one to be this. I'm going to change the next color to be something like this. Or maybe let's say I'm going to do is go off for something white or, brighter. Okay, now as it is done, I'm going to do is change the color of this page or exact page. Now, also I'm going to do is use this color. Now, if I use this color, I have to change a couple of things, right? But if I use this color, I also have to change a couple of things. So I have to just go off with the flow and go off with, the color pattern or how it basically is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to settle down to this color. But when I settle down this color, I will not be able to use these colors. So I'm going to do is change the color into something different. What I'm going to do is click on it. I'm going to do is use red. On the next one, I'm going to do is click on red, but I'm going to do is make sure this is a bit, darker or maybe a bit brighter. I'm going to do is do the next one. I'm also going to select red, but I'm going to do select on this new color. I'm going to do is make it a bit wider. Now you can also fix the transparency if you want to. There we go. We have our transparency fixed. Now, as it is done, what I can do is also click on this exact image. Now I can animate it whenever I want. What I'm going to do is instead of that, I want it to maybe neon, okay? Or maybe tumble. What I'm going to do is use graphic or tectonic. There we go. Use whichever one you want. It's going to be up to you. Okay, this is totally perfect. Now, what I'm going to do is going to be changing a couple of text, and also I'm going to add in a couple of elements. And in the next one, I'm going to do is make one from scratch. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to be clicking on maybe this Warner. So I'm going to do is Broadway. Technology service, the future is here. Okay, we can just keep them however it is. And I'm going to do is just add an element. So I'm going to do is type in tech, hit on enter, see all. And then I'm going to do is find something which will go exactly well with it. So I'm going to do is increase the size. I'm going to do is keep it right over here. But what I'm going to do is going to be keeping this under. So I'm going to do is click on position, click on back, and there we go, we have it. Now I'm going to do is forward a bit. So now you can see this is not above it. So it still looks quite good, right? Now I'm going to do is find a couple more things, or let's say I'm going to do is add this on two corners. So I'm going to do is apply this over here. I'm going to do is fix the transparency maybe a bit. There we go. We have fixed the transparency. I'm going to do is click on position, and I'm going to do is send it to back. Okay. Now as it is over here, or maybe we can also keep it right around over here, or around like here. It's going to be up to you. It's all about, you know, the alignment. There we go. I'm going to do is reduce it a bit more. There we go. I'm going to do is make a duplicate again. I'm going to do is fix the transparency, the total highest. I'm going to do is make another. Do is keep it right over here. I'm going to do is click on transparency. I'm going to do is fix it up and reduce the transparency. So now it looks quite good, right? So this is basically going to be our first, you know, cover photo, or let's say our LinkedIn cover photo for our first one. Now, if you want to use your own photo, you can also do that. Just go out to photos, and I'm going to do search for human, hit on enter, go to photos, and you can use whichever photo you want to use. Let's say if you can upload your photos, obviously, but as I'm not going to be using that, I'm going to do is just click on one of them. I'm going to do is just delete it. And there you go. You will be able to apply your own photo just like this. As our template-based cover photo is done, now what I'm going to be doing is going to be making something from scratch. So I'm going to do is add a page. Now you can see I have the same type of, the page color on the second one, but I'm not going to be needing that. I'm going to do is make sure to keep it on white so that I can change it for later purpose. Now, the first thing I'm going to be doing is going to be going back. I'm going to do is remove all of these because as I will not be using any of those templates, I'm going to be starting from scratch. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is going to be starting off maybe, let's say, a meditation type of, cover. So I need it to be calm. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is going to be searching for calm. And I want maybe, let's say we can use a photo. So I'm going to be doing is taking one of these photos. I'm going to do is take it right over here. I can see this is how it will look like. There we go. So this is going to be my page. Okay. So I'm going to do is next one. I'm going to crop it up because I'm not going to be needing this whole thing. So I'm going to do is just take it right over here. There we go. I'm going to do is make sure that this is perfectly aligned over here. Press on done. And there we go. We have it. Now, what we're going to do is going to be clicking on this, and I'm going to do is reduce the transparency so that this is going to be as our background image. So I'm going to do is right click on it, and I'm going to do set image as background. And there we go. It has been turned into a background, and you will not be able to remove it. Now, as I already have it, now the next thing I'm going to be doing is going to be clicking on this again and reducing the transparency a bit more. Now you can see the transparency is a lot less. Now I'm going to be doing is going to be making in my sections for where I will be able to put in my elements. Now, as I've put ocean, I'm going to do is search for ocean, hit on enter. Now I'm going to do is click on graphics. Now in graphics, I will be able to find out a lot of things. Now select whichever one you feel like is going to be good. Now I'm going to do is use this. Okay, this is going to be a very good, let's say, logo type of thing. So I'm going to do is keep it right over here. I'm going to do is add in my text. I'm going to click on text, do is add in a text box, and the name of our page is going to be Breeze. I'm going to do is increase the size. I'm going to change the color. Let's say if white is visible. Let's see. It's totally visible. What I'm going to do is click on bold, increase the size. Breeze. Or let's just keep it over here. There we go. We have this. Now the first thing I'm going to be doing is going to be going off of elements and find out a couple more so that I can put it in my page. Now the first thing which I will be doing is searching for a couple of things. Now I will be taking this. This is going to be our image holder. I'm putting my image holder over here. This is where I'm going to be putting it. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is going to be putting in a couple of elements over here, or maybe a couple of elements over here. First off, let's put in a couple more text. What I'm going to do is go down and find something which will look good. So this one I'm going to be using maybe something like, okay, I have to use something different. Okay, I can use maybe this one. It's Bird Night. Okay, I'm going to do is use this. So what I'm going to be doing is going to be taking this, and what we're going to do is going to be putting it over here. Now I'm going to do is cut this off. Relaxation. Relaxation on tour. There we go. There we go. Relaxation on tour. Okay, we don't need this another page. Then I'm going to do is going to be relaxation on tour. I'm going to just cut this off. Find comfort in best way possible. Now you can change whatever you have over here. What I'm going to do is type in 2024. I'm going to do is cut this off. Say London Street. Park Ave 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Okay, so we have this over here. We can also take it down right over here, and we can also take this over here and take our Breeze text right over here. So you can see this is also how it will look like when we use this, or we can also use it on it. If it's not visible, we can take this. I'm going to do is click on this, and we can change the border if you want to, but I'm not going to be using any borders. So let's just keep it however it is. Okay, we're going to just take this text over here and keep it right around over here. I'm going to be doing is going to be putting one of the photos, and I'm going to do is put in a couple of elements. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to be doing is going to be making all of them on the right side. Do the same thing over here. Right, doing is also clicking on all of them and keeping them on the right side. As we have it all on the right side, you can put in a couple of emails, phone numbers, and all of those. Let's say I'm going to do is put in a couple of text box. What I'm going to do is XXX. There we go. You can put in your phone number over here. I'm going to do is put in another text box. This is going to be the email @mail.com. There we go. I'm going to put in another text box. www.breeze.com. There we go. We have 3 of our important stuff over here, contacts and all of those. And then I'm going to be doing is putting in one of the photo. I'm going to do is go out to elements. I'm going to search for maybe relaxation, hit on enter, go off to photos. I'm going to do is find a human. Okay, I'm going to do is search for human. I'm going to go off to photos. And then I'm going to do is search one of the photos which I basically need. Okay, what I'm going to do is use this. I'm going to do is take it right over here. I'm going to do is click on position. I'm going to do is go off to layers and take it under here. There we go. Now you have your LinkedIn cover photo all ready. Now what you can also do is click on both of these images. I'm going to do is click on position, click on both of these, make sure to group them up. Now as they have grouped up, I'm going to do is find out a perfect location for them. There we go. Okay, now we got it. So this is going to be our LinkedIn cover. And if you want to increase the size, you can also increase the size whenever you want to. And you can also save it as a template so that you can use it for various purposes and also for later purposes. So hope you learned everything in this lesson about how you can make a LinkedIn cover article photo, or maybe just your article or your CV photo by using Canva. So in our next lesson, we are going to learn about how we can remove background in Canva of specific photos.